making potato soup. We've been wanting potato soup, and let me shut this refrigerator door. I've been in and out of the refrigerator, the pantry. So I'm going to tell you how I make it. For you out there that love potato soup and you make your own potato soup, how do you make yours? So this is how I make mine, and this is not how I do it every time, but this is how I'm doing it today. This is one stalk of celery, one stalk, and about 3/4 of an onion. So I chopped my celery up, chopped my onion up, and in chunks, not little. Or looky here, I put it in this today. I don't always do it this way. I put it in my little chopper. Got this at Walmart. I think it's a Black & Decker. It's wonderful. It's great. So I put that in there and chopped it up really, really, really fine. I have one stick of butter in there, not margarine. I use butter, and y'all know I love Kerrygold. So that's what I've had in here simmering. And this is to 5 pounds of potatoes. Okay, so another way that I do this is I'll get a stalk of celery, clean it of course, and then cut it up like in 3 pieces. And then my onion, I just quarter it, big quarters, 3 or 4 quarters, and I put it in my pot, and I cover it with, just barely cover it with water, and I let that and I'll start cooking. And then I pour my potatoes in here and put the water just right, just where it barely covers the potatoes. Now I'm telling you the other way that I've made my potato soup. This is a different way. And I let that cook like that. When the potatoes are done, I get me a slotted spoon, and I take out the celery, I take out the onion. So you've got the flavor of the onion and the celery, but there's no onion chunks or celery in it. But this time I did it different. I put it in my chopper, chopped it up real fine, and I'm simmering it in a stick of Kerrygold butter. You can use any butter you want. If you don't like celery, you don't have to put celery in. If you don't like onion, you fix your potato soup how you like your potato soup. Okay, so this has been in here long enough. So now I'm fixing to put my potatoes in here, and then I'm gonna barely cover it with water. Okay, let me get my potatoes. This is 5 pounds of potatoes. And here they are. So I can imagine doing this with one hand. Okay, so the potatoes are in small chunks, just some small chunks. When I'm peeling them, I wash them, and then when I chunk them up, I wash them and rinse them again. Try to get a lot of that starchy stuff out of there. Okay, so there you go. So we're going to start pouring the water. I use bottled water because I don't like our tap water. And you'll see me pouring this until it's barely covered. Okay, so it's barely covered with water. I'm going to turn the burner up on high, and I'll let it come to a boil. When it comes to a boil, I'll turn it down about on medium, and let it simmer till my potatoes are tender. Okay, let's stir that celery and that onion up in here. My phone is all over the place, you guys. One hand. And that's what happens. Okay, let's get that all mixed up in there. The reason why sometimes, but today I'm like, I don't know, I'm not gonna worry about it today. I'm just gonna think about more the way, for what I like and what bothers me or don't bother me. It doesn't bother me to have little pieces of onion and celery in soup, but some people, they say because they can't stand the texture. I don't understand that. I cannot relate to that. When I was growing up, there was no such of a thing called, no such of a thing. We ate what was put on the table. There was no pickiness or nothing about texture. I guess if you didn't like it, they didn't have a word for it back then. You just didn't eat it. But we ate what was on the table. So there's some people, oh, I'm not going to eat that because I can't stand the texture. Well, you didn't live back when I was growing up. That's all I can tell you. So all that stuff does not bother me. So I'm going to fix it the way, but you know, if we're going to have, if I'm fixing for company or something, I fix it the other way. Just put it in there, the celery and the onion, and let it cook, and then when it softens, then I take it out, and then you don't have, you know, there's no texture. Well, looks like these chunks of potatoes, isn't that texture? I don't know. I don't understand it, y'all. I don't understand it. Okay, so we're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we'll turn it down and let it simmer. And then, it's lid on here. And then, when it gets done, here's what happens next. I'm gonna put a can of evaporated milk, and I've got about 6 slices of white American cheese. When I do all my tasting, when it's all done, if I think it needs a little bit more cheese, I'll put a little bit more cheese. You know, you just sort of tweak it till you get the way you like it. I'm gonna put some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder in there, okay? If I think it needs a little bit more milk, I got milk over here. If I think it needs a little bit more cheese, put a little bit more cheese. You know, is that how you guys do? You taste it and tweak it along the way. And that's how I make my potato soup. So I'll be back when it's all said and done, and I'll show you a bowl of the potato soup after it gets done. It's gonna be good, you guys. It's gonna be so good. So we had our Christmas on Friday evening. We had our gathering, our Christmas on Friday. So to me, Christmas is over, and I love to get moving on. So I've started taking down the Christmas decorations. Yesterday, all the decor out of the bathroom, so that meant that I scrubbed and I just like deep cleaned it in there, got it back together. I took up some more Christmas things, and I'm still not done, but I'm getting there. So I got a little bit here and there. I'll show you. I got a little bit here and there. I've got him pushed back because, you know, I've got a mess right here right now. But anyway, that's what I had on the table. I'll show you the Christmas tree. I told you guys I'd take you on tour, but I'm starting to take Christmas stuff down. So, but if you will go back, if you will backtrack on the videos, you'll see one where I took on tour last year, Christmas, and I have it, you know, just like last year. So you won't really see anything any different. I just sort of decorate the same. So I don't usually put this here, but I did this year. Put that right there. And then I'll show you the tree. This is gonna come down just really fast before the end of the week. This will come down and it's not gonna come back up next year. I am scaling way, way, way down. I don't wanna do all this decorating anymore. So the tree's gonna go, all the decoration's gonna go, and I'm going to have those little tiny trees. They've got the prettiest little trees and they're already decorated, lit. Little bitty ones. I don't know if they're like 3 foot. They're little bitty. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. This is going. Most of my Christmas decor is going. I took a load to the Mission today. I'm keeping a little bit, but not very much. So I still got all this to take up in here. This will be kept. I've had this for years. This will not go. Anybody have one of these? Hallmark from years ago. My grandkids loved that. This is from my niece. It's very old. And his ears used to go back and forth and he'd move back and forth, but he doesn't do that anymore. He's so old. So that's done, okay. And I'll show you what he does. He's a keeper too. If my grandkids love something, I'll keep it. And he is so terribly old. He's like part of the family. The headlights and this lights up. I got a tree right there. Okay, so bathroom is all packed up and done. So, but if you will scroll back, I've got a mess, y'all. When I work in the kitchen, I just make a total mess. I do. So I've got to clean up my mess now. I've got to clean my refrigerator and get all my mess cleaned up. Look at this. Look at that mess. So I've got to do this and look at this mess. I got to do that. All straighten. My pantry's not too bad, but I'm gonna make sugar cookies. I've got a lemon cake mix right there. All this, you know. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna make another cottage cheese salad. I got, you know, I do easy peasy, y'all. This is my favorite honey mix. I'm gonna make this somewhere between now and the end of the year. And I'm gonna make a dip. If y'all ever done that, it's just sour cream and this mix. It's a dip. I'll be doing that. Anyway, let me clean up this big old mess. And I'll be back to show you a bowl of this potato soup. And then I'll go over it with you again on how I made it. How do you make your potato soup? But let me clean the mess. And let me clean my refrigerator out. And I'll be back later today. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a very, very Merry Christmas Eve.